Hey, this is Comer back, and in the background you'll notice some excellent gameplay as Pharah. It was an exceedingly well played match that I did the other day and recorded. So I'm going to let that run as I actually talk about Pharah specifically, just kind of my thoughts and feelings on her. So this is going to be the first and probably what will be a series that I'll have on my channel, where I just go over the heroes that I play, you know, in certain matches, and I'll just kind of share my thoughts about them. So frankly, Pharah right now takes absolutely no skill to play. If you're a half-decent FPS player, you can just hop on and start using Pharah and do incredibly well. No, it's not that she's overpowered necessarily, but if you ask me, I think she's just a little bit. But I want to avoid that discussion and talk more about kind of the type of hero that she is. And because of the type of hero that she is, you know, she's one of the kind that most anyone can hop on and do well with because the entry level is so low. You don't need to meet a lot of bars to do well with Pharah. So what exactly do I mean when I say low entry level? Well, basically, think of it in sort of these terms of this really simple equation, alright? Effort in, results out. Pharah does not take a whole lot of effort to get extremely good results as far as killing people on the other team goes, and, you know, pursuing objectives, that sort of things. And there are a couple different reasons for this. I think the main reason for this is that her rocket launcher and her ultimate ability really make her a point-and-click adventure, because if you look at things, they die, alright? And you don't need to be good at all to do this. You just need to be a half-capable human being with a computer that's not a potato. Now I have to mention her ultimate ability because by far it gets the most play of the games. I'm pretty sure that the reason it's kind of been nicknamed Q of the game is mainly because of her ultimate ability. It's incredibly powerful, has a huge range of deadly effect, and you look at things, they die pretty fast. When you use it, Pharah is no longer a point-and-click adventure, it's just a point adventure. You look at things and they explode. Considering the amount of death and devastation you can create with her ultimate ability, you might think it takes some skill, but it takes none. Absolutely no skill to use. You push a button, you look at things, and they die. That's how it is. And oh no, it doesn't end there, because you can fly and get up to incredibly ideal places to use her ultimate ability very fast. The other reason is that her survivability is incredibly good if you're half capable of playing her. It may take a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, it's very difficult to kill you, even though you only have 200 HP. And that's because you can fly, right? That adds a whole nother dimension to the game. So instead of what usually is about a two-dimensional thing when players are trying to shoot you, it becomes a three-dimensional thing. And you're often, in the first place, you're going to be higher up so they don't notice you as much. You're easily going to get the drop on most players, it's fair. Her boost ability, you know, you can fly up really quite fast, up really high, and then you can kind of float around there and do bouncy things with your jet fuel. And then the other thing is the ability bound to her E key. It's like a concussive missile, really effective for pushing people away from you that you don't want to deal with, also very effective for kind of separating people out. So between flying up fast and high, bouncing around, and letting gravity do the work, as well as going to locations on the map that other heroes can't reach and probably can't see so well, you really do become one of the hardest to kill and fight against heroes. Now, Pharah is not altogether indestructible like it may have sounded I was trying to say. There are certain heroes that do particularly well against her, and right now that's Bastion in Sentry mode, which actually does pretty good against everything, and Torbjorn's turret, which is actually incredibly overpowered since the latest patch, and I'm going to make a video on that later, but it's pretty busted right now. Widowmaker, of course, because if you're any good at sniping Pharah, it's not too hard to find if you're looking around. And Roadhog if you're half decent at hooking people. And it's at this point when the difference between the player that just kind of hops on and does Pharah because, you know, she's easy to use, and then the actual skilled Pharah player comes into play, because the skilled Pharah player is going to be harder for everyone to kill regardless. Even though you're still prone to those weaknesses, if you're skilled as Pharah, I can't imagine it would be too hard to come up with ways to get around those. Now, just to reiterate, I'm not saying that she's overpowered necessarily. I'm just saying she's the kind of hero that has a really low entry level and her abilities take almost no skill to use. And it is this that makes her super effective to the majority of people that play her. Now, personally though, if you ask me and you want my honest opinion, I think her rocket launcher could use a slight nerf. Nothing dramatic at all. You know, just a tweak really. The main thing I have with Pharah is that I think that because her ultimate ability, being super effective as it is, takes zero skill to use, I find that's very disturbing. Someone should definitely take a look at that. Alright, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts and feelings about Pharah right now. And of course it's still in beta, things are subject to change, and I think Pharah is definitely going to receive some changes So I'm actually excited to see what Blizzard does to her. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude my commentary. I'm going to let the gameplay finish up. I don't think there's too much long left in it. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it and disagree with me, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. And then put something in the comments pointing out where you thought I was wrong and what your personal feelings are about Pharah. And with that, I'll be signing off.
Teleport online. We've got this! Don't let him down! Game on! Protect the teleport!
Stop them now! Clear the point!
The battle is not over.
Enemy re-engaging. Clearing the area.
Victory! Play of the game.